Well, I didn't really know what to do with this request, so I know you're Snooker Loopy nuts, so here we go. Might as well, rather than just talking, I might as well try and sing it. So, Snooker Loopy nuts are we, me and him and them and me. We'll show you what we can do with a load of balls and a snooker cue. Pot the red, then screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. Snooker Loopy nuts are we. We're all snooker loopy. Bum 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 bum.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Welcome to the Christmas special of the Snooker Loopy podcast. And Rob Walker's going to be coming down your tree and giving you presents in the morning, and he's got all the things you could ever want. But before that, me and Joe have got our little Christmas special, and I just mentioned his name there. I've never mentioned his name before the introduction, but I've done it as a Christmas treat. There we go. But of course, I'm talking about my very good friend. He's our Lord, our Saviour. He's the Holy Spirit. It's Joe Haddard.
Merry Christmas, Hazel. Merry Christmas, everybody at home. And it's our second annual Snooker Loopy Christmas special podcast. And I'm looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to seeing what Tom has got me for Christmas. If you guys didn't tune in last year, you won't know, but we buy each other some snooker-related tat, I think is probably the correct word for it.
Does it have to be snooker-related?
Well, it doesn't have to be.
I bought you a monkey's head.
Oh, no. What are we going to do? We can make anything snooker-related, I think.
That's very true. That's a challenge that the Snooker Loopy podcast will rise to. Anything you want, me and Joe can link it to snooker. We're that good.
Yeah, absolutely. But how are you, Tom? How's everything treating you at the moment?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm just about ready for it. Your stuff arrived just about in time. It only arrived. We're recording this on the 21st. And I think Joe's parcel arrived on the 20th, so
wow,
leaving it a little bit late, weren't we? But
I posted that over a week ago, Tom. First class, so that is
one of them arrived earlier than the other one. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened. But,
they were posted at different times because the second one didn't arrive and before I'd sent the first one. So yeah, the second one was posted a little bit later, but.
But it's all here. We've all got it, and Joe's got a parcel from me. And I mean, when do you open presents on Christmas Day, Joe? Do you open it straight away, or do you wait till the afternoon?
It's definitely a morning thing. Typically after breakfast, I think, is generally when I do it.
We will structure this episode like a Christmas Day. So we'll have a Christmas breakfast, which will be us talking about the most recent tournaments. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat the Shootout for breakfast?
Well,
Delicious.
exactly. I have to say, Tom, before we get into it, on Facebook, I know you did a sort of 2024 year in review on your page, and I was disappointed that you didn't mention the Snooker Loopy podcast on there once. No,
but that's coming in my. There'll be another New Year review at the end of the year.
Right, I see.
That'll be, because that, Joe, was it was kind of quite melancholic, that review, but the review at the end of the year will be a big celebration of all the big achievements that I've done.
I see.
And the Snooker Loopy podcast is
it's part of your happy memories rather than the ones you want to forget. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Last Christmas, I gave you a snooker bed set pillow cover.
Yeah.
And the very next day, you kept it. So this year...
I gave one to you as well, so, you know.
There we go. So, there we go, Joe. You're my Snooker Someone special. There we go.
Thank you.
So this year, we're back.
Yes.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, no,
Did
absolutely.
you watch much of the festive Shootout? Because it does feel... I think it's really got its place now, just before Christmas, with everyone treating it like a bit of a party.
Yeah.
There was people in the crowd. It was just a bit where... I mean, they had Rob Walker as the MC, which they should have done last year. We said that, and they did that this year. And I'm really glad they did, because he properly got into the
Yeah.
Did you see any Rob Walker highlights?
I did see his dancing and I don't know if it was rapping, but he did something or other that was a bit daft. And the crowd got involved. I mean, to be honest, I didn't watch too much of the shootout. I actually missed quite a lot of it because I was at work or out shopping or various bits and pieces. But I did watch the final stages of it. And I must agree, Rob Walker added a lot to it. And I think the crowd were particularly bad this year. So it was nice to have a redeeming aspect of the tournament being Rob Walker, I think.
In what way do you mean bad, the crowd?
Well, quite disrespectful to a number of the players. Racial slurs and just, yeah, I know it's always been very laddish and very boisterous, but it just felt a little bit more on the side of football crowd this year, which I'm not sure was a great look for the game, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean it's that day, the final day. Everyone's a bit drunk, and it's not ideal. It's not what you want.
Yeah. Well, some of the players were drunk as well.
Matthew Stevens was definitely drunk.
Yeah.
But did you see? I just wrote down some of my highlights on my phone of some of the things from the shootout. One was the Anthony McGill versus Sophie Nix, where because Anthony was playing a bit safe, like he was doing safety shots and playing quite cautious. It got into sort of the flow of the frame, and every shot he did, even when he potted a ball, the crowd just went boring. Which I quite liked because he seemed really annoyed by it.
Yeah.
I potted the ball and they just kept going boring every single shot. It was quite funny.
Boring.
I liked Matthew Stevens being drunk. What is it? Ashley Carty, did you see his celebration after his...
The way he rode his cue out of the arena.
He rode his cue like a hobby horse, and he did it. He did it every time. He did a proper build-up, like oh, hey! And that was good fun. I enjoyed that.
It would have been hilarious if he'd snapped his cue or something doing that. It wouldn't have been hilarious for him, but...
No, we would have found it funny, though. I would have liked that. And David Lilly, when he was playing, someone in the crowd shouted at... I'll redo that bit. First edit of the day. There we go. Note that down. David Lilly, when he was playing, someone in the crowd shouted, "David, what's your number?"
Wow.
So there we go. I'm glad there's other fans of David Lilly out there.
Yes, yeah. They're like a bit of Tyneside sausage once in a while.
Well, doesn't everyone, Joe? Doesn't everyone?
Absolutely. But, I mean, it was Tom Ford. It was the latest player to win his first ranked event at the shootout, possibly his only ranked event, probably his only ranked event. I should say. I don't imagine he will.
To be fair, I think he has been in a couple of ranking finals.
Yeah,
I'd say on the list of shootout winners, I'd put him above quite a few of them because I think he has been in a few ranking finals. It did feel like he was a player that I went, "Oh, good, you do deserve something," because he's not in the 147s. He's been in the top 16. If it was Liam Graham, I would have been a bit like, ranking winner.
Yeah, and he had a chance. He had multiple chances in the final, and arguably should have won it. But
it was for me it was the right winner because it felt like Tom Ford is a long-term pro who's been close to stuff, and it felt like he deserved it. And it was also a nice story for Liam Graham, though. I think he made his debut when he was 12, I think, at the shootout. It was his TV debut, and to see him grow and become a pro and get into the final, I think that's a really good. That's a good show of what's nice about the shootout, how it can give players a debut when they can't even grow a beard, and then they can get into the final, and it's just...
Yes. No.
Apart from Jackson Page, who had a beard since he was about 8, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just ridiculous, isn't he? But, yeah, I mean, shall we get down to how our predictions went, Tom? Because I'm not sure we're very hopeful for this, but just to recap for everybody at home, we picked teams of 8. depending on where they get, they'll get a different number of points. We had the added twist this year of our team captains can score double points. So my team was captained by Ollie Lines. We had Jonas Luz, Jack Lazowski, Stan Moody, Si Jiahui, Bai Yulu, Ken Doherty, who didn't enter, and Wu Yize. Tom's team was captained by the Tyneside Sausage himself, David Lilly. We had Stuart Bingham, Neil Robertson, Julian Boyko, Stephen Wardropper, Michael Holt, Zhang Ander, and Sophie Nix as your team. And I think on paper, very strong teams, to be honest, for the shootout. So we will see how we get on, I suppose. So shall I start off with... Well, who do you want me to look for first out of your team, Tom?
I think let's start with the captain, by which I don't mean Ali Carter, I mean David Lilly.
Let's have a look at David Lilly. So David Lilly won his first round match against Haris Tahir. So that gets you 1 point, but then he went out to Noppon Sangham in the second round. So he gets you 2 points because he has doubled his score.
But I'll tell you what was really frustrating about that, Joe, was... Because I was watching it live, and his match against Noppon, he was winning with 11 seconds left.
Oh, wow.
He was drawing with 1 second left. Like, it was so close to being a blue ball shootout, but it was just one of those where Noppon literally stole it in the last second, and I was like, Noppon, mate, do you not care about the Snooker Loopy podcast?
Yeah.
Literally 1 second left.
How dare he?
If he'd spent 1 more second chalking his cue, he would have won. Oh.
Well, speaking of blue ball shootouts, of course, the semi-final, Tom Ford won on a blue ball shootout, but there was no sound on the Eurosport feed. There was no sound at all. It cut out, and there was a good 10-20 minute delay to the final, I think, because of all of that. So, yeah. We'll go for my team captain next, which is Ollie Lines, and he went out in the first round to Alan Taylor, so gets a big fat 0, doubled.
Yes, David, yes.
Which is 0. I'm going to put Ken Doherty's 0 in there as well, because he didn't even turn up.
But do you not want to replace him with the player who took his place?
I don't actually know who took his place. And I'm fairly sure he lost anyway, so...
I mean, it would have been an amateur, so
yeah.
Odds are he probably didn't go that
far. Well,
I was disappointed that in the first round, very few sort of surprises or very few kind of stories. Usually I like to follow for the story of the random 40-year-old amateur who gets to the semi-final, but there wasn't really much of that this year.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was apparently Caden Brearley who took over Ken Doherty's place, so let's have a little look, just in case he actually got the semi-final. No, he didn't. He lost to Ashley Carney, interestingly enough. But Ken Doherty's had an operation, I think. So he's not played for a little while. Only came back last week for the German Masters qualifying and won 2 matches there to qualify for the main event. So, yeah, good to see him back anyway, even if he didn't enter the shootout properly. Go on then, you pick another one of your team.
Well, shall we just go through them now in the order they're listed? Because that would probably...
Okay, yeah. So Stuart Bingham, let's go for Stuart Bingham on your team. So Bingham lost in the first round.
He went twice, that's the opposite of ball run.
Yeah. Jonas Luz, he lost in the first round to Paul DeVille, 23-20. So currently you're 2-0 up.
2-0.
I'm going to now look at Jack Lazowski. And he lost in the first round to Julian Boyko. So let's check out Boyko's run. Because he's one of yours. So he won his first round match against Jack Lazowski, gets him 1 point, and then he lost to Florian Nussel in the second round. So just the 1 point there for you, Tom. Let's have a look at Stan Moody. He lost in the first round to Riley Powell. 14-11. Stephen Wardropper is next for Tom. He lost in the first round to Lewis Uller. This is our worst performance ever, Tom, by the way.
Yeah, this is pretty shambolic.
Let's have a look at Si Jiawei. Okay, right. Si Jiawei won his first round match against Jordan Brown, so that's 1 point in the bag. He then beat Mark Allen in the second round, so that's an extra 2 points in the bag for winning that second round. So Si Jiawei gets 3 points overall for me, which means that going into our final few selections, it is currently 3-3, Tom. Let's have a look at Neil Robertson. Neil Robertson won his first round against Simon Blackwell. And he won his second round match, which gives him 3 points so far, but then he lost to Liam Pullen in round 3. So just the 3 points for Neil Robertson. Sticking with...
in case anyone's wondering how far that is in terms of the tournament, that means the best so far is last 32 that we've done. So
yeah,
and that means the best so far is that a player has won 2 frames, which
Michael Holt lost in the first round. He was one of yours.
Shootout specialist. Thanks, Michael. Thanks.
I'm gonna go with Sophie Nix next, and she lost in the first round. No points. This is like a UK Eurovision act, isn't it? That's how well we're doing.
Yep.
I feel
just like
Bai Lu won her first round match, and then lost the second round match to Zhang Ande. So you've got some points coming here, Tom.
Yes.
So Zhang Ande, he won his first match against Hossein Vafai, won his second match against Bai Lu, but lost in the third round against Elliot Slesser. So, Tom, your team scores a grand total of 9 points. Now, just to put this into perspective, in the first time we did this, you got 20 points. Dominic Dale got you 12. Poomjan got you 6. And then, well, to be fair, Tom, last year you only got 8 points. 6 from Graham Dott and 2 from Barry Pinches. Everybody else got 0, so you've improved by 1 point.
I'm just shocked that last year my second best player was Barry Pinches.
Whereas I got 30 points in 2 years ago. Julian Leclerc getting me 28 of those points. And then last year, Stephen Hallworth got me 62 points. Don't know how he got me that many. I don't know how we calculated that. So I got 72 points last year, apparently. But I got Wu Yiza. I always seem to pick out one guy that has a good run at the shootout.
Yeah, because Hallworth got to the semi-final.
He did, yeah. So, Wu Yiza won his first round against Daniel Boyes, 1 point. Then he got 2 points for beating Matthew Stevens, so he's currently on 3. Then he got 4 points for winning against Liam Davis, so he's on 7. Then he got 8 points for beating Elliot Slesser, so he's now on 15. And then he got 16 points for beating Andrew Higginson in the quarterfinal, meaning that he now has 31 points, does Wu Yiza. And he went out in the semi-final on a blue ball shootout. So I win 35-9, Tom, unfortunately. But I can't say it's much of a victory.
Oh, it is 35. That's not bad.
We didn't predict much there, but it only takes one to win this. And to be fair, Wu Yiza could have won the whole thing had he won that blue ball shootout. So
everyone could have won the whole thing, Joe. That's how the shootout works.
That's how the shootout works, yeah. But there you go, Tom. So for the third year in a row, I have beaten you in the shootout predictions.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, guys. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think there was a couple of silly picks in there, but I think that can be... To be fair, your team was strong. You know, Bingham, Robertson. On paper, it was very strong. Holt, you know, former winner of the event.
This is why I don't bet, Joe, because genuinely, I use my expertise. I try to think, okay, who's got a great record, who's a high-ranked player, who suits the format, and then it just all goes out the window. And I mean, yes, I did pick Stephen Wardropper. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
There was very few, but I had to because of the podcast. I had to pick him. We couldn't leave him on the shelf.
No, you're right. And to be fair, it worked for me last year. I got Stephen Hallworth and he got the semi-finals. So, whereas this year he was commentating, as was Dominic Dale.
They were both missed. They were both massively missed. They are the kind of characters we need in the shootout because there was very few this year, and it was all the sadder for it.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you've caught Dominic Dale's episode on Stephen Hendry's Q-Tips channel.
Not yet. It's on my watch later.
It's very good. It's a very, very good episode. I think you will enjoy it. And especially a story about him with Jimmy White.
It's funny because there's one of the videos on my channel is because of Cue the Music. It's Dominic Dale getting the shepherd's crook or something, where he's singing a song and they go, okay, we're out of time, and he goes, oh, I've got the shepherd's crook. I just saw in my analytics it suddenly had a spike of views.
Hey.
Not many, but it had 200 views in 24 hours, and I was like, why is that? And I was like, oh, because of Hendry's video, everyone's searching for Dominic Dale.
Oh, bless him. Good old Christopher, because that's actually his name.
Yeah, he's not Welsh, but he says he's Welsh, and he calls himself Dominic.
Other than that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, shall we cue the laughter, Tom, and get these presents opened?
Yeah, let's cue the laughter. And these will be my very first Christmas presents of this year that I've opened.
Same for me.
Very exciting.
Same for me. Yeah.
So, Joe, the way it works, I've got you 3 items in that box.
Right.
So maybe one of them, if you open first.
Okay.
Would that work if you open?
Yeah.
I do.
Me, you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Me, you, me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Right, okay. Is there any particular order to these, or...?
They're all numbered.
Oh, they're numbered, okay.
Here's all.
He knows that I'm a mathematician. So...
Well, you numbered yours in the post. I got Snooker Loopy Podcast Gift 1 and Gift 2, so I know what order to...
Oh, right, okay. So that's Gift 3, so you want me to do number 3 last, I presume?
Yeah, and there's also a card in there. So do that first, because that's what people should do.
All right. I feel bad. Didn't get you a card.
I only got you a card because it's related to this.
All right, okay.
Which sounds like a really horrible thing to say about a friendship.
Gift 2, yes.
I only got you a card because it'll be funny. For
to
the
be fair,
podcast.
Tom,
Otherwise...
I've not done a card for anybody this year, so there you go. Yep.
All right, Scrooge. God.
Right, here we go then. You know, this is my 4th Christmas card of the season, Tom. I'm not a very popular man.
Probably because you don't bloody send any.
I do usually, we just haven't this year. Oh. Oh my word. Oh, that's quite terrifying, really. Oh my word. Right. Trying to hold this up to the camera. So it's
Too shiny. There we go.
It's Ronnie. There you go. Merry Christmas, Joe, and he's got a very small hand. And he's got a Christmas tree on his logo. There's also the same Christmas tree on the back, so there you go. Merry Christmas, Joe. Have a Snooker Loopy one. Everlasting love, Tom. Well, thank you, Tom. That will go very proudly on my display. There was no money in it, though. Right, anyway, shall I open gift one?
Wow, Mr. I don't send cards suddenly.
So I've now got gift 1 to open. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, brilliant. Jimmy's minted. You did warn me that you would send me one of these. There is something taped to it as well. Do I need to look at whatever's taped to it?
Yeah.
No. Well, thank you, Tom. It's all I've ever wanted. This will be worth a few bob when he pegs it.
Sadly, Mary, I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be worth anything even then.
Maybe when he wins the World Championship. Oh, Tom, you've taped this up very well. This will be the longest ever podcast. Right, here we go. Oh! Is this an After Eight, Tom?
Yeah, because it's mint.
I get it. Very good. I'm going to leave the rest of it taped there, and I will eat my After Eight while you open gift 1 of your present. It doesn't have to be opened gift 1, gift 2, but it's up to you.
Well, would you rather I do one first, or?
I don't mind. You pick whichever
Okay.
one. If you want to go rogue, you can.
But there we go. Really, I bought you 2 gifts because the minted was that was something I was gonna give you anyway.
Yeah.
But it did mean I had to open our box of After 8 mints just to stick an After 8 mint to Jimmy White's face.
It didn't survive very well, Tom. I don't know if you can see. It's not the most appetizing After Eight I've ever seen. I'm going to be honest. But since it's been, glued to Jimmy White for the last 2 weeks or however long, I will have to indulge. Yeah. Minty.
There we go. Joe's minted, everybody. Joe is minted.
And it's got an essence of hazel about it.
That should be a perfume. Essence of hazel. Okay, so I'm opening...
Thank you, Santa Bingham.
Ho, ho, ho. Right, so I'm opening this. And, let's see what it is. Oh, wow! It's a Coral Tour Championship. Oh, there's more! Oh my god, there's loads of them! What are these? These are like, they're like flyers for events. Right?
Yes, yeah, well, have a look at them. Have a look.
Let's see, so we have the Coral Tour Championship, and I'll hold them up as I do. So there's the Coral Tour Championship from 2020. Did that one go ahead? Was that literally the last event before lockdown? Possibly?
I'm guessing that didn't go ahead, actually. I don't think that would have, because I'm fairly sure the country went into lockdown on the 20th of March, I think.
I mean, how foreboding is this, Joe? Look, can you read what that says?
Players are... Oh, circumstances commit... Oh, my word. Wow. So WST knew all along.
Players appear, circumstances permitting. Which,
Wow.
Yeah. And then we've got the English Open from 2016 there. I think that's the similar picture that I have with Bingham and Zombies. I think it's the same pose they're doing. Yeah.
I believe that was maybe the first ever English Open.
That was in Manchester. So did you... I mean, were you... No, you didn't live there in 2016,
No.
did you, sir?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow, look at this one. The World Grand Prix from 2015 in Wales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were these all in a big job lot then?
Yes. Yeah. They were in a job lot. Yeah. I knew you would appreciate. I seen them and I was like, I have to get that for you. I knew you would like it. I thought maybe you would put them on your wall behind you. You know.
Well, I'm gonna try and get a. One day, Joe, my dream is to have a backdrop like you that's an actual display.
Yeah.
So when that is done, we will have all of these, including the Players Championship in 2016, again in Manchester. So clearly someone who presumably lives up around your way.
Mm. Yeah, because the other one's North Wales as well, so that's not too far away.
Yeah, Landudno.
Yeah.
This one, Players' Championship.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
No Ronnie on that one, interestingly.
Yeah, it probably because it was when Selby was world champion. But Selby and Trump are the two players who seem to be on most of these. With a bit of Bingham thrown in, actually, because Bingham would have been world champion.
Yeah, of course.
This one, the World Grand Prix 2016.
Yes, he's looking particularly delicious there, isn't he?
Look, he's doing a little sultry pout, isn't he? He's doing a... There we go. That'll be on his album cover. Oh, look at this one. Snooker Legends 2011 Tour.
Yes, I thought you'd particularly like that one.
I mean, it's definitely something that's been said numerous times over the years. What is up with Jimmy White's face? He looks bizarre there, doesn't he?
I know. He looks a lot younger there, bizarrely.
I mean, Dennis and JV look the same.
Yeah.
Literally.
To be honest, JP does as well.
Oh, it's got the little snooker balls on the outside, which is quite a nice touch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's wicked. I love that. And quite nice, really. It's a Legends tour from 2011.
Yeah.
They're all still with us.
Yes, thankfully, yeah.
And all still doing stuff like this because they're going to do the Black Ball final. So. I've not even looked at the sponsors for most of these, but they're mostly betting companies. But this one's the partycasino.com. This is which
Who can stop the rocket? Premier League snooker. I mean, that's a. I don't know why they got rid of that. I thought that was awesome.
That shows that clearly how dominant Ronnie was in that tournament.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
So Neil Robertson, John Higgins, Judd Trump, Ronnie, Marco Fu.
Wow.
The top player there.
Yeah. Who's nearly back in the top 64, by the way, Marco Fu.
Good, as he should be. And Stephen Hendry as well. Yeah. Can we just quickly check, because we like to talk about sponsors. Can you quickly check whether partycasino.com exists still?
Partycasino.com.
I don't know what year this was from, but I mean, it looks like maybe 2011 from Judd's hair.
No, it still exists. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we never know with snooker sponsors whether it's Kazoo or who else.
Well,
they don't always last.
Yeah.
So. And then there is the Party Casino Premier League Snooker.
Yeah.
12
nights.
This is amazing.
They're great, aren't they?
It's got their country. Mark Selby, England. Marco Fu, Hong Kong. Sean Murphy, England. I don't know why it's got their countries. That was the thing that annoyed me about the shootout, actually. Every time, Rob Walker kept going, oh, it's the All England derby.
Yeah.
Or, oh, it's Hong Kong versus Wales. And I was like, nobody cares.
I think it's because he didn't have nicknames for most of them, so...
I mean, my favourite nickname he did was... I just need to rearrange that. There we go. My favourite nickname he did was Sanderson Lamb, who he clearly didn't have anything to introduce him by, and he just said, the very experienced Sanderson Lamb. But Sanderson Lamb was like playing against Joe O'Connor, and I think Sanderson Lamb's only got about 6 years professional experience. It's not like he's a Ken or a Jimmy.
Yeah.
You've panicked there, Rob, haven't you? You haven't got anything to say.
Wow.
Oh, but thank you, mate. I love them.
I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Make a little collage of them.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
No, it's as soon as I seen it, I thought of you. So.
Oh, bless you, mate. Well, there we go. I'm very, very happy with them.
Right.
My favourite one is either Who Can Stop the Rocket, or I like the fact this one says 7 players, 12 nights, 1 champion.
What I like that you've written on the front of Gift 2 is first attempt, 25th of December, 147, initials DDK.
Well, there was a bit on the parcel where it asked for initials, so I just put DDK, the dreaded double kiss.
Right. Shall I open up Gift 2 then?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Ooh. Oh no. Please say this isn't what I think it is.
That's the reaction I was going for, Joe. Just, oh god.
And while I don't think it is, I thought it was another Rob Walker drawing. Oh.
No.
What? Lil House. What the hell was? I don't know what this says. To be honest. Long time ago, 1949. It does say Dennis Taylor, but I don't know what else it is.
What this is, Joe, there was a charity auction on eBay
Right, hang on.
where they'd get
Let me get the solo camera up, and then go on. You keep talking.
So they get celebrities to do little doodles and then sign them. And Dennis Taylor did a drawing of a little house he was born in from a long time ago.
Was born.
That's Dennis Taylor. He's done that drawing of a house he was born in. And I presume that's his handwriting and then his signature. So that is a Dennis Taylor piece of artwork.
Wow. And you got that on the charity auction?
Yeah.
Or is somebody selling it on?
No, I got it on the charity auction. Sadly, I was the only bidder.
Wow.
I don't know why. I was like, mate, that's wicked.
What other things were on there?
Oh, it was just one of those. I think they do it every year. They just get famous people or names to. Probably they just say, "Can you do a doodle and sign it, and we can sell it?" So there would be doodles by people like comedians and musicians. And if it's a comedian, like I think Joe Lycett did one, and he's quite interested in like at art and stuff. So his one was like really expensive because it looked interesting. Dennis's wasn't, but
It'll have to go up by because I've got just above the James Bond. I've got Dennis Taylor, so I'll have to frame it and put it above Dennis Taylor's.
But it's a proper one-off.
Oh
Joe.
no, I've dropped it on the floor now. It's a one of one.
It's a proper
was a
one-off.
one of
Oh no,
one.
I've dropped it on the floor and ruined it. Oh, okay, Joe, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely his signature because it's the same signature that's on the pin on the picture of him. So there you go. Thank you very much, Tom. That's awesome. That is awesome. That was not what I was expecting. So thank you very much.
Well, it was a drawing of sorts. It was just one,
Yeah.
not of a snooker player, but by a snooker
Not of a
player.
snooker player, but by, yeah. No, very good. I like it.
I just love the fact they went, Dennis, can you do a drawing? And he went, I'm just going to draw the house that I was born in. And they went, fine, all right, Dennis.
Cheers.
Right.
Right, go on.
Gift 2's got a bit of a rip on it.
Oh, is it?
Parcel. There we go. It's got a bit of a rip
Oh,
on
no.
it. Maybe that means a sneaky postie was like, I might nick this if it's good. He opened it. He saw snooker and he went, nah, not for me, mate. Not for me.
Yeah.
This is gift 2. Here we go. It's a book. And it's about snooker, I presume. It's Pot Black! BBC Pot Black. The new 1983 edition. Thank God I've got the new edition, Joe. The Book of Television Snooker, including the story of snooker. In the beginning, there was a man. the great Joe Davis on how to play. Photographs and details of the world's leading players, including all those taking part in Pot Black in 1983. Tips from the Top by Fred Davis, Ray Reardon, John Spencer and Rex Williams. The World Championships and the Snooker Year. What the papers said about the programme. The Daily Telegraph said, Pot Black arouses nothing but enthusiasm.
There you go.
Sunday Times, one of the most satisfying ... television experiences. Why are these so sexual? What's going on? The Daily Mail, in quality, Pot Black could hardly be better done. Birmingham Post, an ideal television sport, so they're just reviewing snooker on telly there. And the Evening Standard said the programme has now become part of the British way of life. So there we go. And this is, look at this. Ted Lowe, picture of Ted Lowe in there. This is wicked. Oh my, let's see if we can find anyone we know. I mean, there's got to be a bit of Dennis. Come on, a bit of Dennis Taylor.
Hazel.
Jimmy White. Look at Jimmy White.
Yeah.
Jimmy White is possibly the most exciting and promising young snooker star to join the professional firmament since Alex Higgins.
Wow.
There we go. Bill Wermanek.
There he is, Big Bill Wermanek.
Big Bill, a former Canadian champion. Stay. Edit point again, because my pop shield has given up. There we go. Big Bill Wermanek, there we are. Yeah. He is well known as a powerful hitter of the ball, which is understandable when you consider that his weight fluctuates between 16 and 18 stone.
Wow. How does it fluctuate that much?
I presume a lot of alcohol. This is amazing. Willie Fawn, there we go. Cliff Forban. This is oh, thanks, mate. This is what I love about these things. I mean, look, it's Dennis Taylor without glasses.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah. A rare sight indeed.
I mean, it is a rare sight, yeah. Ironically. Dennis lives in Blackburn and is married with 2 children. Okay.
Blackburn Rovers.
It's got like a whole 2 pages about Dennis Taylor. Patsy Fagan, there we go. So it's got all that page about Dennis. You see all those words there?
Yeah.
It's then got all these words here, and the final sentence of all that build up. The final sentence: Dennis has now slid down the ranking list to 13th place.
He slid down the ranking.
He's just behind David Taylor. There we go. John Spencer. This is amazing. Thank you, mate.
You're very welcome.
Because I could go through this nonsense for the whole time, but I will quickly show you a picture of Terry Griffiths.
Aww.
Look at a bit like Dominic Dale.
He does, yeah. Maybe that's who Dominic based his whole personality around. Who knows? He wanted to be Welsh.
It does say here, Terry Griffiths won't stop singing, even though he's average at best. Thank you, mate. I'm absolutely chuffed with that.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. Right, this big thing. Now, is there any particular way to open this, Tom, or shall I just go for it?
Just go for it, mate. It's not damageable or anything.
It's not fragile. Okay. Oh my word. Oh my god. Looks like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby Loopy.
Oh. I mean, what on earth? The World Snooker International Championship. Is this the mascot from the World Snooker International Championship?
I presume so. I've no idea. I saw it on eBay and went, right, Joe's having that.
Oh no, I thought it had a button to like press, but it's got hard feet.
So I presume
His cue's a bit floppy. His cue should be up here, but unfortunately, it keeps flopping.
For the audio listeners, it is a mammoth holding a snooker cue
with his trunk and a snooker ball.
I presume it was some sort of, as you say, mascot for the international championship. I don't know when or why, but it's bizarre. It's utterly bizarre. I've not seen anything else like it before or since.
Who's his favourite player, do you think?
Which player looks most like a mammoth? I think he's someone who still believes that Stephen Lee didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's who I think. That's his
he agrees. He agrees. Well, thank you, Tom.
Was it the international championship? Did it say? Has it got a year?
No, no, it doesn't have a year.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable that exists.
I mean, has it always been? Yeah, so it's always been in China. So
yeah,
presumably someone's bought that back from China
and then sold it for some bizarre reason.
I don't know whether Let's see if we search international championship snooker. Why does that keep falling off? I've got a very precarious thing literally balanced up there to stop the glare. It's silly. It is a bit better, but hey. I can't find any. I just literally searched International Championship Snooker Mammoth, and there is nothing about it.
Maybe put snooker soft toy?
I did find an article from the Mirror that says it's about Chris Wakelin against Ding in the International Championship final. And the article from the Mirror describes it as former Asda driver beaten to 175,000 prize. We're just to define Chris Wakelin by what he probably did as a part-time job.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? No, that's a woolly mammoth toy from the Natural History Museum. See, I can't find anything about this, so yeah. It might be a thing where we have to take a picture and try and do a Google Lens or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, let me give it a go.
But haven't you always wanted, Joe, a mammoth that is playing snooker?
Well, what I can find are similar mammoths, but they're from like Ice Age. But they are similar mammoths, interestingly. Let's add snooker to my search.
But that's what I really love about a lot
of I think that is a one-off, Tom. What we'll have to do is get some of the players on and get them to try and identify it.
Just go, hi, Neil Robertson, great to speak to you. Now, when you were playing in this tournament, did you go into the gift shop?
Yeah, just bizarre. But thank you very much, Tom. That will take pride of place on the snooker display shelf alongside my World Snooker beer mats and Dennis Taylor and Stephen Hendry Kellogg's figures. Yeah.
We've had a lot of comments from people who want the beer mats.
I know.
I wonder whether we should put them somewhere and try and monetize it. Like, try and go.
But then we'll just get done for copyright, no doubt.
Well, we really, what for a game that was released 17 years ago on a beer mat, I don't think we'd get done for that, would we? I don't know. Probably
be World Snooker that got us, I imagine. But there you go. Thank you very much, Tom, for that.
Just like you open the door, it's Barry Hearn going, "Oi, stop it!
Give me my share."
But yes, thank you, Joe, for the lovely presents.
Yes, thank you, Tom. And Well, a shout out to anybody out there. I don't know if we are releasing this on Christmas Day or not. We'll discuss that after. We might well do. For listeners that might not have any family or anything like that, so that you've got your Snooker Loopy family here to talk to you. But hopefully everybody's having a great Christmas. And do let us know if you've got any snooker-related gifts over the festive period. There's still hope for me and Tom. We may well get more snooker-related gifts over Christmas. Who knows? I'm sure we will share it next time out.
Absolutely. And Ian did send us a message saying Merry Christmas, so thank you for that, Ian. He also sent a list of his picks for the shootout, but he only picked 7 players, and then the 8th person, he said, I'm not sure about the 8th one. And I think that's cheating, Ian, because if you say that, then just when we check the scores, you'll go, oh yeah, Tom Ford, that was my 8th one. So we're not having it. We're not having it, Ian, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, keeping with Fan Zhengyi-mail, Tom. Long time listener Matt, who last time out was talking about how much he loved Judd Trump. Well, no, it wasn't. It was in one of your live streams, wasn't it, Tom? I forget that live stream wasn't a Snooker Loopy podcast, but he was telling us how much he loves Judd Trump, and it was quite disgusting. He did send us something, though, for Cue the Christmas Laughter, and he said, Happy Christmas podcast, guys. As you're sharing gifts, I have a gift for you, especially for Tom. This is my little Cue the Laughter for you, but here's a picture Stuart Bingham wanted me to pass on, wishing you a Merry Christmas from his hot tub back home, and Judd Trump wanted me to pass on the Christmas card he's written to Joe. Enjoy. So I'm just sending you them now. I'm also going to display them in front of your face, Tom, on the solo screen.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think I've had dreams about that big. I'm in my yeah. Ooh.
So
look at him.
There's Stuart Bingham. Oops, I moved you out of the way there, Tom. But Stuart Bingham's up in your right corner now, so would you like to analyse Stuart Bingham? Right there.
I mean, wow. Wow. I'm impressed he's got the cue in the hot tub. That's commitment to your game, Stuart, isn't it? He's missing his tattoos. I presume these are AI generated. It's not quite got his sleeves that are covered by both his trophies he's won and his pets. Apparently, it's a weird mix.
Yeah.
Here's my Masters trophy, and there's my dog that died 10 years ago. Fair enough, mate.
And he has Judd Trump. So, analyse that one.
It's nice that he's written you a card, mate.
It is, yeah.
He's not posted it.
I mean, it might be to Joe Johnson. We don't actually know it's to me.
Do you reckon it's Judd declaring his everlasting love for Joe Johnson?
I think it could well be. It could well be, Tom.
Tell you what, Matt, that's what I will say. If Judd Trump enters into a relationship with Joe Johnson, then I'll be a fan. Okay? It's not asking for much.
Not asking for much at all. But
I'm worried about Matt's sanity, mate, that he's made the...
Yes, yeah, I know. He must have far too much to do with all of his time.
If these are the ones he's happy to send to people, what does he make in private? That's what I want to know.
Well, exactly. Yeah, the dirty bugger. Anyway, Paul Banks has also sent us in a bit of Fan Zhengyi-mail, and he sent us a future Cue the Laughter. So it's called Rob Walker Raps. Cue the music, I should say. Hi, fellas. Hope all's well. Very glad to hear some new episodes, like a few others. I was worried you might have jacked it in. In the last episode, you asked if anyone out there wanted to put Rob Walker's Stephen Hendry poem to music, and that's exactly the sort of stupid challenge I can't refuse. So in my very own bid to reach the top of the Cue the Music chart, I proudly present King of the Crucible by DJ Banks. featuring MC Rob Walker. I've never tried to make hip-hop before, but given the concept of Rob Walker rapping about Hendry is so ridiculous, I thought it would be the funniest if I tried to produce it in a very straight-faced way, as if it were a track by a serious rap artist. I very much enjoyed peppering it with sound effects and samples from the wonderful world of Snooker 2. Hope you enjoy. So I think that is the perfect thing for Cue the Music for our New Year's special, Tom, rounding out 2024.
That sounds like the most niche but most incredible thing I've ever heard.
So you must tune in to the next episode, folks, if you want to hear that. But thank you very much, Paul, and thank you to Matt for those brilliant entries into the Fan Zhengyi-mail Hall of Fame. And speaking of Rob Walker, we did have a couple of comments on the last video. And Mr. Dog 4529 said, "Not a fan of Rob Walker, to be honest. I get he's enthusiastic, loves the game, and must have to pinch himself that he gets to basically follow the tour around and be part of things, but he thinks he is mates with the players and he doesn't maintain a professional distance from them. As a result, you get situations like the British Open where he was all touchy-feely and hugging Higgins and Selby at the end, clearly making them feel uncomfortable. You wouldn't see Hazel or the late David Vine hugging players like an excited 10-year-old. It was embarrassing to watch, honestly. Feels like an episode of Points of View, doesn't it? We'll have to go ba-ba-boobity-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And if you'd like to send in your point of view, please do comment or email us snookerloopypodcast@gmail.com. But I kind of get what he means. I get that. I think sometimes Rob is a bit awkward. He's a bit of an awkward man. I'm not that fussed about him hugging people. I think it's quite sweet. I think it comes from a place of love and a place of a man who has had experiences of losing people through mental health, and I think it's just his way of trying to express that affection. I get it is a bit awkward. I don't imagine Higgins is a huggy type, to be honest, but
yeah,
you know, Rob Walker is Rob Walker, and he's always going to be a bit of he's a bit gangly, a bit awkward, but then really I think he kind of fits snooker in a strange way. I think if we had someone really slick, you know, if we had, I don't know, someone like JB Gill who hosts the Hit List, or Nick Knowles or something, or I don't know, it'd probably be a bit less goofy, but then I think it adds to the character. Do you know what I mean? I like the fact that Rob's there, and you know, we're big fans of Rob on this podcast, even though we do spend a lot of time
taking the mick out of him.
Absolutely ripping the chalk out of him.
Yeah, choking his cue. Yeah.
Chalk Bigham's cue in his hot tub. Oh.
Yeah, Stuart liked that one, didn't he? Look at him, he's got a dirty little grin on his face back there.
Well, what we're going to do now, Joe, is we're going to have to tweet these at Stuart Bingham.
Yeah, we might get blocked.
I think he'd repost them on his Instagram, though, in him, probably.
No, you know what? I might set that as a challenge for Matt to do. Since he made them, I feel he should take the credit. So he needs to tweet them at Stuart Bingham and tag us into it.
Yeah, okay.
Say, as featured on the Snooker Loopy podcast.
And can you also say, what do you think of these, Stuart? Do you approve? Can I come into your hot tub?
Oh, dear.
If Matt gets blocked, it's fine. We can still see Stuart Bingham's things. It's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favourite thing Bingham's ever put on Instagram, it was a very kind of messily made picture that was just a roast chicken with his head on it, and it said "Winner, winner, chicken dinner."
Yeah. No, I remember
I just thought, has Stuart made this on paint himself?
Yeah.
He's just sat there going, "Put my head on that roast chicken." There we go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
There we go. That was great. Thank you for all the messages. Please
yes.
Do also message and let us know if you get any cool snooker stuff for Christmas, because I love the fact of other people getting snooker gifts. And
well, hopefully.
that idea, well, I hope so. I hope everyone else, one day, hopefully, that's going to be one of my goals. This time next year, there'll be some Snooker Loopy merch.
Yeah.
So you can give your friends or family Snooker Loopy
Your
gifts
loved
for Christmas,
ones.
and that'd be
Yeah.
and you can do your own cue to laughter about the tat you've bought from us.
Yeah. A bit of a random one, Tom. But are you a fan of Gavin and Stacey?
I don't know where this is going, but not especially. I've watched the Christmas specials and stuff like that, I think, but I've never been a big fan of it. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just in preparation for the finale on Christmas Day, and we thought we'd give it a go and watch the whole series. And something that keeps getting mentioned in like sort of a bit of banter between two of the main characters, Smithy and Gavin, is Snooker Loopy. They say Snooker Loopy to each other. So, who knew? Who knew?
Gonna have to watch it now. Oh,
There's about three instances in the whole series, but they sort of rap at each other and then finish it with Snooker Loopy. But not the song, just the words Snooker Loopy.
I'm gonna have to. Does that count as a cue the music then? I don't know.
Well, it could well be.
There we go.
There you go.
Maybe they'll sing Snooker Loopy for the Christmas special. That would be the big end of
Oh,
the series.
that would be
with them
awesome.
singing it.
Yeah.
With Dennis Taylor coming out. If this
Oh,
happens
imagine. But yeah, if you want to get in touch, if there's any niche mentions of Snooker Loopy that we've missed, then please let us know, and you can do it with the links below our faces right now, snookerloopypodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us or whatever you do, X us, is it? At Snooker Loopy Pod. Obviously, we've got the YouTube channel, so please do comment down below on the videos. And, of course, you can listen on Spotify, as well as every other podcast platform out there. When Tom gets round to it, that is. Tom gets lots of angry messages, don't you? About when's it going to be on? When's it going to be on Spotify?
I mean, it's going to be on. Yeah, it is on Spotify as soon as I can get it. To be fair, I think a few of the episodes recently, what I've done, just because I've either not had time or been a bit in my own head, and so what I've done is I've just downloaded the audio from Joe's video and put that up as the podcast. I've not even done a special audio version. So if anyone could let me know whether the last 2 or 3 episodes, if you've listened and gone, oh, it's much worse, I prefer the edit, I will, redo that. If you've not really noticed, that will save me about 3 hours.
Yeah. Please
could,
let us know,
Yeah, because that would be really useful for the process of putting it together. And I don't mind editing it usually anyway, so do let me know if you notice a difference, whether you preferred one version or whatever. But have a good Christmas, and we've got one more section, don't we, Joe?
One more section. Shall we cue the music?
Let's cue the music. Now, Joe, this one it's a Christmas song.
Good.
It's
You must have been scraping the barrel of snooker-related Christmas songs.
Well, I don't know where I found this. I don't know whether in my head I was just searching for songs that mention snooker players or snooker things in the lyrics. And it's not explicitly about snooker, I will say that. It's not. You're not going to listen and go, oh my god, they've told the entire story of the 1985 World Final. But there's just a little couple of tidbits in there that I quite enjoyed, and I thought most snooker fans would enjoy it as well.
Okay. So, yes, it is the Stay Awakes. Let's Stay Awake This Christmas Eve. So, would you like to give us a bit of background on this, Tom?
It was released in 2020. They've not got many views. It's got less than 1,000 views, which I think is a travesty because it's a decent song. It's kind of pop punk. It's quite high energy, and it's them telling the story of their Christmases when they were kids, and it says Christmas in the year 1992, so there we go, that's when they do it apparently. But it feels like it's also like 80s Christmases and stuff like that, and all the stuff you'd kind of want. And there's a little bit about the presents they open, and that's kind of the bit that has the snooker references. And I just really liked it, because when do you ever hear snooker mentioned in anything?
Well, yeah, yeah. You barely hear snooker
yeah.
mentioned when watching the snooker, so you know. Anyway, let's give it a listen. So this is the Stay Awakes. Let's stay awake this Christmas Eve.
To see the quote live, piece of golden X for the Mega Drive. Steve's got something that he won't forget, a limited edition party ties box set. I'm not sure what they're getting me. I looked underneath the Christmas tree, Ronnie O'Sullivan's biography, maybe a Guns N' Roses CD. Oh, let's stay awake this Christmas Eve. I'm 5 to 0, but I still believe. I got my stocking hat, you got yours. Let's stay awake and see Santa Claus tonight. Rixie's got a Macho Man figurine. Steve's got season 1 of Mr. Bean. Jimmy's got something super hot, a book of John Virgo snooker trick shots. I'm not sure what they're getting me. I've looked underneath the Christmas tree. Maybe it's the best of Bon Jovi, or Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Go! Let's stay awake this Christmas Eve. I'm 5 to 0, but I still believe. I got my stocking hat, you got yours. Let's stay awake and see Santa Claus tonight. Don't be lonely this Christmas when you're passed out on the floor. Uncle PJ's on a plane now, and the kids, they all want more. Balloony sleigh bells and carols. I've got Police Academy 4 on the big screen at Christmas. Are new records in the store?
Sorry, chaps. Didn't actually get you anything.
Wrapping presents in the bedroom, I really think it suits you. It's a jumper with a snowflake. Oh, I can hardly wait. The second class is ugly. Yeah, it's really bloody ugly. Oh, it's something you won't keep. Oh, where's the receipt? I can't find the bloody receipt. Let's stay awake this Christmas Eve. I'm 5 to 0, but I still believe. I got my stocking hat, you got yours. Let's stay awake and see Santa Claus tonight.
Right. Brilliant, Tom. That was awesome.
Did you
And-
enjoy that? Are you a fan of... I don't even know if you're a fan of pop punk, are you, Joe?
I have an eclectic music taste, Tom. So if it sounds good, I'm all for it. And that was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Hey.
And two mentions of snooker in there that I counted at least.
Yeah, I think they are just the two, but
I mean, what was interesting is, apparently it's the Christmas of 1992, but they've got a big 50-inch flat screen TV in the background, and Ronnie O'Sullivan's autobiography, which I think came out in about 2003, 2004. So yeah, maybe some time travelers have been involved with that. They did mention Back to the Future, so perhaps it could be something to do with that. Who knows? But no, I really enjoyed it. That was great.
I'm all on board for a Back to the Future snooker adventure. I'm perfectly happy for people to do that. And I think what I really like about it, and it's strange to say for Cue the Music, is the fact it's a very, as I said before, a very brief mention of snooker-related stuff. But I think that's just really nice, because I've not really heard it. I've never heard it in a Christmas song, someone going, I'd be excited to get John Virgo's trick shot book. And I think that's wicked. I think that's really, really cool.
I mean, I want to find John Virgo's trick shot book now. Now I've heard this. So next Christmas, Tom, that's on top of my list, is what I want for Christmas, is John Virgo's trick shot book.
If the Stay Awakes could find that for Joe and send him a signed version, that is what Joe wants for Christmas. But there we go. I think it's good, and I think it's really catchy. Aside from the snooker references, it's very catchy. Catchy song. Is very upbeat and nice for Christmas. Video's very silly. It's just them rocking about in their living room, which I quite like. I've not looked at their other stuff. I don't know, because I presume their other stuff isn't snooker related, so I've not looked into it.
Well, yeah, maybe that's Fion's homework for the next few weeks, eh?
Fionn, as our official music researcher, can you listen to the Stay Awakes on Spotify and let us know whether maybe they mentioned Dennis Taylor's glasses in one of the songs or something? So.
Yeah. But no, thanks for that, Tom. Good find. Let's get it rated, shall we, and see where it stacks up in the Snooker Loopy Cue the Music League table, which has got 43 songs in it at the moment. Number one is still Snooker Loopy by the Matchroom Mob, joined by Snooker Loopy by Sean Murphy and Snooker Loopy by Chris Reed. And it's brought up the rear by Snooker Loopy Big Bill Werbeneck 147 Pints Mix, and minted by Jimmy White, which I am now the proud owner of. So, there you go. And Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Alex Higgins' great niece.
It was rubbish. That was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to his great niece, who was probably about 7 or something, she's as good as Jimmy White was when he was probably in his 50s releasing a song. So that's something.
That is something, yeah. Yeah.
It says a lot about Jimmy White's musical talent in many ways.
It does, rather. Yeah. Right, go on then. What are you giving it out of 10?
Tell you what I'm going to do, because we always have it on different scoring levels, for different songs. I would say if I was rating it as just a Christmas song that's in my Christmas playlist, I'd give it a 10. I think it's catchy. I think it's got really nice. Genuinely, I think it's really catchy. It's got wicked references to things like Mr. Bean and Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Virgo, Fawlty Towers. I think it's really got that nostalgic feel to it. It's really upbeat and nice, and I think it's well produced and it's really good. For a Cue the Music, because it's only briefly linked to snooker, I have to knock it down. I'm going to take off a green ball, I think. I'm going to give it a 7, just because it's not as snooker orientated as our other songs. But I will say, if anyone from the Stay Awakes listens to this, if you want to record a whole song about the 1985 World Championship final, I reckon you guys could do a wicked job, and we'd happily review that. And let's get it to the Snooker World Championship #1.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to give it a 7.5 because I really did enjoy it, and surprisingly so, I must say. And yes, I did love the snooker references in there. That gives it an overall ranking of 7.25, which will put it in... Where will it put it? Number 18, just behind Gary Wilson and his version of Snooker Loopy. Phil Yates and Dennis Taylor, Snooker Loopy. Mark King, Snooker Loopy. They all got 7.25 as well.
And one of our goals, I mean, it's been our goal for the past few months, but we will, I think with the new year, we will finally kick on and get it all sorted, is to get the website sorted, because we've got the domain, we've got all that stuff done at the moment. We just need to update it a bit, and there will be a way to see the leaderboard of all the songs there. I'm hoping that there'll be a way, if anyone knows about this stuff, because I want to set up a website where you can click on the link, click on the Stay Awakes, you can see our scores for it, see a link to the music video, and then you can give it your own rating as well. Because I like the idea of us having a listener's ratings for the songs as well, to see whether anyone out there is just a massive fan of Bill Werbeniak's 147 Pints mix. I don't know, you might be, but it'd be interesting to see what other people from the community give the song. So hopefully, not before Christmas, but in sort of January, February time, that'll be all set up. And
it should be in time for the World Championship at least, shouldn't it? So
yeah, and we can direct you there. You can look at all the links to the videos. We'll probably link it to the YouTube videos because that's easiest for most of them. But if they're on Spotify, like the Stay Awakes is on Spotify, and I would implore you, add it to your Christmas playlist because they're an independent band, and any band that mentions John Virgo is a band I'm a fan of. So there we go.
Yeah. Better than band snooker players anyway, aren't they? So
Oh, Stephen Lee should release a cover of Band-Aid.
Stephen Lee, Liang Wenbo, Yan Bingtao, and Zhao Xingtong.
It's Crucible time. There's no snooker to be played.
At Crucible time, we let in reds and we pot the blacks.
In a world of match fixing, Stephen Lee's crying at home. But thank God it's Stephen Lee instead of Mark Williams.
Well, there you go. There's Tom's Christmas number one right there. I did toy with the idea of recording a snooker song for this podcast, Tom. I think you've just all but got rid of any interest I have in doing that now.
Why?
But I think doing Do They Know It's Crucible Time is gonna be a smash hit.
I'm sure Stephen Lee needs to work. I'm sure he'd be up for it.
Do they know it's Crucible time at all?
Instead of the it can be pot and that pot. Pot the balls, let them know it's Crucible time.
Pot the balls.
Let them know it's Crucible time.
Oh, brilliant.
We can have Rob Walker can do a rap like Dizzy Rascal.
We can get K-Dot to do the rap.
Or Peter Devlin, yeah, one of the two.
Or both. Who knows? But no, thank you very much, Tom, and thank you to everybody at home for sticking by us this year. I know we had a little gap in the middle of it, but I think we've been pretty consistent this year, actually, in terms of releasing episodes, and certainly our daily podcast throughout the World Championship was awesome. So it's been a brilliant year. We've got one more to go, though, coming up next week sometime as our sort of review of 2024 and looking ahead to 2025, and I'm certainly excited for that. And yeah, hopefully everybody at home has enjoyed it and are having a good Christmas. And whenever we release this, I don't know when we're going to. My chair's decided to break. Whether it's going to be Christmas Day or it'll be around then anyway. But yeah, thank you to everybody at home for all of your support.
I'm liking how you're saying everybody at home more just because it's what Dennis says. I think in your head you're thinking even Hazel, even everybody at home.
Evening, everybody at home.
Oh,
Hazel.
what would Dennis sing on Band-Aid?
These goggles. Yeah.
He can only sing lyrics he's already sung. He can't fit any more in his head, so he has to just... They're like, Dennis, can you sing something related to the Crucible or Band-Aid? And he's just, goggles. Okay, Dennis, fine, we'll put it in, mate. We'll put it in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Snooker Loopy. See, the potential is there, Tom. This time next year.
Oh, and I've got one final surprise.
Go
for you,
on.
Joe.
Go on.
If you go on Wikipedia...
Oh, right. Any particular page on Wikipedia, Tom? Or just the homepage?
Yeah, just look at the homepage for a bit. Just tell me what you think. Do you think we should change it? Can you edit the homepage?
I don't think you can. No.
Put Dennis's face on it for a laugh. But
So where am I going?
type in Snooker Loopy.
Single by Chaz and Dave. Right. And I've just got to search this, have I?
Yeah.
Cultural impact. It's got to be here somewhere. Hey, there you go. In January 2023, comedian Tom Mayhew and YouTuber Joe Hanna launched the Snooker Loopy podcast, which takes its name from the song. The podcast features a regular section, Cue the Music, where Joe and Tom review music either related to snooker or recorded by snooker players. This has included numerous different recordings of the song itself, including solo versions by Dennis Taylor, John Virgo, and listeners of the podcast. And that actually has a citation in there. Retrieved 30th of April 2024. Goodness me. Did you do that, Tom?
Yeah.
Ah.
But I did do that, Joe. But what that means is it's been up there for 8 months. And I think that means that it's allowed to stay there. I think we're permanently part of of Wikipedia now, because it is relevant to the song. I think it is relevant to that. So we've come full circle on the podcast, and now the podcast itself is actually relevant to the Snooker Loopy Wikipedia page, which I think is wicked.
Brilliant. It's a Christmas miracle.
If any listeners have come from Wikipedia, I mean, I've not seen a massive spike, but you never know. So if anyone's come from Wikipedia, please do let us know.
Well, the spike will come when we actually have a Snooker Loopy podcast Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that's what we need. I don't think we're yet ready for that. I think we need probably a few more listeners. We needed the... Once we've sold out the Crucible, Joe, that'll be when we can...
Well, how many seats is there? 950 or something. So once we've got 950 subscribers, I think then that's the moment.
That's how it works, mate. They'll all definitely come, won't they?
Yeah. Considering 2 of them are me and you, so, you know...
We're going to have to sit and watch our own show.
Yeah.
But there we go, Joe. We are part of snooker history in our own small way.
Oh, thanks for that. That was a nice surprise. So, yeah. But no, do enjoy yourself over the Christmas period, and we will be back next week for our review of the year. And
let us know if you have any highlights from the year, and we can talk about them on the pod and make sure we don't miss anything major that we might forget.
Yeah, and we'll be making our Stuart Bingham Advent calendar. Oh, no, not Advent calendar, 2025 calendar. So.
I mean, we've got 2 pictures, so I think it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Would people buy it? Do you think anyone would buy it?
I think Stuart Bingham might buy it, to be honest.
Do you reckon he might sue us and want a cut? He'll be like, excuse me.
Well, Hot Tubs of London would definitely want a slice of the pie as well. So
I wonder legally, though, where you would stand, because you could make the argument that it's not a picture of Stuart Bingham, it's an AI recreation of Stuart Bean. But then if you're selling it with his name, it's still technically his likeness, but it's not actually, it's not him.
We could just call him like, like the old Brian Lara cricket games. We could call him like Stephen Bongham or something like that.
I'm a big fan of Stephen Bongham's hot tubs, yeah. And also a big fan of Jack Trimp's Christmas cards as well.
That's what we should do. We should come up with 128 players of Brian Lara cricket names of snooker players.
Runny-O sausage.
So yeah. It would have to be like Salavon or something, wouldn't it? And then you would have Mark Silby or Martin Silby.
Yeah. It's like in Pro Eva they had that as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Man Blue.
There was one Pro Evo where they didn't have the licenses for the players from the Netherlands, and they were all called like Oranges 28. I've no idea why.
Yeah. Bizarre.
I'm surprised the snooker people didn't do that because the old snooker games, they didn't have Jimmy White.
Yeah.
So they just, I think what they used to do is they got like a producer and they put him in as a player or something weird like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just literally go with the Jimmy Brown or something and just basically put him in.
Yeah. Well, I always used to think Jimmy Mickey was Jimmy White, but
oh, did you?
Yeah. And that
there we go.
Until I seen Jimmy Mickey play in the UK Championship or something.
And you were like, has Jimmy White changed his look? I mean, he has, but has he changed it that drastically?
Yeah. Jimmy Mickey, I bet you he's not been mentioned in a snooker podcast for a long time, if ever.
Well, he has now. Joe probably played as him far too often on the old World Snooker games, thinking he was Jimmy White, so there we go.
Yeah. Well, Tom, shall we wrap it up like a good old Christmas present?
Yeah, let's wrap it up and put it under the tree for the listeners. Thank you all very much for listening. It's been lovely to chat to Jim Hunkard.
and Tam Moyhue.
That's what they call me, mate. That's what they call me. We'll see you all very soon. Have a lovely Christmas. And, take care.